What's going on, everyone? So the Lakers started off just abysmal, right? 1-5 start, just looking like all hope was lost. Then the Lakers had a big resurgence, big turnaround. Anthony Davis started playing like the best player on the planet, clear-cut #1 option on the team. LeBron James kind of seemed to be finding his groove. Russell Westbrook goes to the bench. Russell Westbrook, he turns into this sixth man and is just absolutely continued to increase and just become more vital for this Laker team, especially as a playmaker. All things were looking like they were clicking. We're on win streaks. We're catching back up. It looks like, oh yeah, we're going to meet 500. We're going to be beyond that. We're going to get into the playoffs. And then who knows? We'll take it from there. Maybe a trade happens. Maybe it doesn't. Whatever, right? And then Anthony Davis goes down. And it's like that inevitable just moment where you're just like, oh, not again. Like, come on. And all hope for a moment kind of seemed lost, right? It's like, oh, just when we started to make progress, we lose our best player, and it's like, oh, that's probably it. And the Lakers were able to keep afloat and actually are winning, right? They're currently on a 5-game winning streak, have been the best team so far to start the new year, which has been great. And they're doing it without Anthony Davis. I mean, they're doing it without Lonnie Walker, Austin Reeves. I mean, LeBron James a game. So this has been huge for the Lakers, especially as Anthony Davis has been out. And we've gotten like little small updates here and there in regards to AD, but nothing really concrete until now. We got some major news in regards to Anthony Davis and his return to the game of basketball. So, according to ESPN's Dave McMenamin, the pain in Davis's right foot continues to subside, and he plans to begin the ramp-up process to return to play when the team returns to LA. Added that Davis' increased recovery workload will include aquatic pool workouts and running on an altered gravity treadmill to keep the big man's full weight off of his foot while it continues to heal, with optimism that the process could only take a couple of weeks before Davis could start penciling a potential return to game action. So again, this would be huge. The Lakers, they've really been able to weather the storm, right? Since AD's been out. They've been playing great basketball. LeBron James has turned back the clock and is playing like 28-year-old LeBron James rather than 38-year-old LeBron James, right? Thomas Bryant has been absolutely huge. Huge. I cannot stress how huge Thomas Bryant has been for this Lakers team. I mean, seriously, kudos to him. Dennis Schroeder has stepped up big. Russell Westbrook has kind of seemed to find a balance in scoring and playmaking. He's been putting up more scoring totals as well as maintaining the assist totals, which has been just great for the Lakers, and hopefully that can continue. And the idea is, like, we have shown that we are actually a good team. You add Anthony Davis to this team, we're off to the races. We're only like a game and a half out of an actual play-in spot or playoff spot. We're only like a game out of 6th seed and like a game and a half out of like 4th or 5th. So we're right there. We are there. And we do have a tough schedule coming up, and it would be nice to get Anthony Davis. But based on the reports, it's probably going to be a couple more weeks. So we probably won't see Davis till closer to the end of January, would be my guess, because I also don't think that they want to rush him back, especially if we can continue to maintain and stay afloat. Luckily, the West is just so wide open and everybody's kind of in the same position, right? So that is a huge positive and benefit for this Lakers team. But I hope, or the idea is, if the Lakers can continue to stay afloat, Anthony Davis comes back, he gets back into the flow of things, this team can make some noise. Now, again, whether the Lakers make a trade or not is yet to be seen. We'll find out as we get closer to the trade deadline. I do think the Lakers make some move. I don't think they're going to do some like big blockbuster trade. Like, I don't think Russ is going to be out the door or anything like that, but I could see some type of move to maybe go and get a piece or two to try to kind of add to this core that is just playing great basketball, right? You unload some of like the scraps, like if you can unload like, you know, Patrick Beverley, Kendrick Nunn, JTA, Damian Jones, whomever. Maybe you even move off of Lonnie Walker, because we've been able to win and go on this win streak without Lonnie Walker, and he's very likely not going to be here next season, so maybe you could use him as a young piece that teams might be interested in and going, okay, yeah, I'd give him a shot. You know, he's a guy that we would look at and you know, just kind of work something out to some degree to try to improve this roster. AD comes back and maybe we can go make a real playoff run, maybe squeeze in to where we don't have to be in the play-in, that would be just ideal, right? Because then you get that extra rest. You don't have to fight for a playoff spot, and now you're exhausted playing one of the top-seeded teams. So that could be huge for the Lakers as well. And once you get into the playoffs, I think all bets are off, right? LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Russell Westbrook, I'll take my chances. I've said it from day one. You could jump in a time machine, go to the future, come back, and tell me that the Lakers won the championship, and I don't think anyone would be surprised, right? Because, I mean, you still have LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Russell Westbrook. So they are, and this team has shown that they are good enough to beat any team. I mean, we beat Milwaukee when Milwaukee had all three players, and all three played great, and had a record when the Milwaukee Bucks played the way that they played with everyone healthy. They had like something like a 44-11 record, or, you know, something crazy like that when those three play and they all score, you know, 18 plus or whatever it was at the time. And the Lakers ended up giving them that other loss. And we showed that, like, when our big three are playing great, we can match up against any team in the league. Even in the Boston game, right? That was a game that we felt we should have won. And there's been lots of games like that this year. But teams, this team is really starting to come together. This team is really starting to figure it out. Guys are starting to play for each other. LeBron has been playing with more trust in his teammates. In the beginning of the season, he was kind of playing, he was playing pretty bad, in my opinion, right? I mean, he was still putting up stats, he's still putting up numbers, but he was just jacking up threes, you know, taking 7 to 10 threes a game and not making a single one in some cases. And it was just like, dude, you're shooting us out of the game. His decision-making at times was just terrible. You know, he was kind of like just holding the ball, letting the shot clock wind down, and then just making a pass and putting a guy in a position where he has to like jack up a shot, or he just jacks up a shot. And he's kind of came back to being like, okay, like, I need to trust my teammates. I can't do this alone. And it helps. Don't get me wrong. It really helps when guys are stepping up, right? Because then it allows LeBron to feel like, okay, I can count on these guys. And guys are hitting shots. I don't think that they're going to shoot 46% from three like they have the last few games, but I do think that they, you know, can be around their average, which is around probably 34 to 35%. And look, the bubble year, the year that we won the NBA title last, we shot 34% from three. So we can win a championship shooting that way. And we need Anthony Davis, right? I've said from day one, many people agree, many people have reiterated this as well. We go as far as Anthony Davis takes us, right? If Anthony Davis is healthy and he's playing like we know he can play, then this team, I think, can beat especially anyone in the West. Anyone in the West. There's not a single team in the West. You can make an argument there's not a single team in the league that can guard Anthony Davis when he's playing the way that he's playing. But definitely the West, right? Like the East has like Giannis, stuff like that, which could be an interesting matchup. But still, then you still got to guard LeBron James. Not a single team in the league that guard LeBron James. And Russell Westbrook as the sixth man off the bench. Good luck. Right? Like, this team can make some noise, and I don't think anyone would be surprised, but we need Anthony Davis. We need a healthy, dominant Anthony Davis. And if he can be healthy, he can ramp up, he can kind of get back to the court, and we could keep him healthy, which is why Thomas Bryant playing the way he's playing is huge, because that should allow Anthony Davis not to have to play like 40 minutes a game. Right? And granted, it might not matter, right? If AD is going to get hurt again, he's probably going to get hurt again, right? He got hurt early in the Denver game, but it just is less wear and tear on him during the duration of the season. And this might have been a good rest for him, his body, to kind of have this month off. I mean, obviously you don't want it to be due to injury, but, now he's kind of getting able to get healthy again. If he can get back to getting, his foot right and everything, and they can bring him back, sign him up, and he could be dominant. Thomas Bryant can come in and continue to play the way he's playing. You could run AD at the 4 at times and kind of alternate those two, and maybe cut Anthony. If you could get Anthony Davis's minutes to like 32, 33 minutes, maybe 34 minutes, that would be just beautiful, right? Rather than him playing like 38 to 40 minutes. Same thing with LeBron. If you could get that, which if this team continues to play the way that they're playing and Anthony Davis comes back, then I don't think that that's unrealistic. LeBron played 33 minutes or just under 33 minutes the last game. So that was good on the back-to-back even. So you could have LeBron and AD. I mean, obviously some games you're going to have, like, if it's a tight game, you're playing a good team, and you need them to close the game. Yeah, of course. But if you can kind of scatter their minutes to where they're not playing 40 minutes a game, then that is ideal. And so we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But this is some great news. I'm really excited for this. I'm really looking forward to this coming stretch. Lakers got to continue to win. They got to continue to weather this storm. Even if we're still like in the same position we're in when AD comes back, that's good. You know, even if we're not quite in the play-in yet, but we're only like a game or two out of a play-in playoff spot, then that's fine. Right, because AD is going to come back, and we should be able to win a couple games, go on a nice little win streak, to get back to the point where, okay, now we're in the playoffs, right? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. So anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. Think this is good news, think this is great news, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, let me know.